Hello everyone, my name is Praz and today I will do a brief base tour on our Ace server. So right here we have the beginner zone or spawn zone where you have a few informational panels and the way of exiting the zone. I will pick up from outside the beginner zone, so I'll let you figure this zone yourselves. So after you've figured out the zone, you will be teleported here. So the way you get to the arsenal is to go that way, south. Have a compass on you, or maybe not, but you go towards the big cargo tower. Then you get right here. Over here we have our med bay with the medical arsenal over there. We have our vehicle resupply zone where you have a resupply arsenal over here. But what you are mainly interested in is this, our main arsenal. You enter it the same way you exited the beginner zone. And over here we have two arsenals. Over here we also have a small gun range where you can test your weapon out. It is not recommended to use any sort of explosives or grenades over here. We have our FOB shop and mission requests. Over here we have the Batco HQ. You are not interested in entering that unless you are a member. So over here we have Hunter, and you can request PMC themed missions from him. As you can see, in order to request a mission you need at least 2 players. Then we have our other fellow over here, from which we can either request a mission, again we cannot request it unless we have 2 players, or buy FOBs. And next to our beloved mission guys, we have the vehicle shop. In order to enter the shop you need to be whitelisted. Our shop whitelist applications are over on our Discord server. So, as I said, vehicle shop, you need to look at the guy, and then you can either buy vehicles, statics, utilities, or drones. Right now, since I'm running a mission locally, I have the worst tier possible, so I cannot buy pretty much anything. And from our vehicle shop you can see our repair station. Repair station is scripted. You bring a vehicle in, you shut off the engine, and then the vehicle gets reloaded with ammo and then repaired when all the ammo is filled. Then our respawnable utility trucks. Each server restart, these puppies will respawn. And over here we have our medical training center. Due to Mr. Flip-Flops is great work. You will enter through this door. Then when you enter in, you will be greeted by our medical training area. Over here you can spawn your patients. You can create yourself a patient and a critical one. And over here you have some quick indications. And you can also delete your patients. So here we are back at the arsenal, and let me show you a few other interesting things. As you see here on my right, we have our 4 AI helicopters, and over there next to those Hueys we have our aircraft shop, but unless you are whitelisted to fly on the server you will not be interested in that. And over here we have the spawn location of the side mission vehicles. Here we have some parking slots. There's also some parking bunkers. This first hangar is pretty much a leftover. We've already been here before, but I did not explain what this area is about. So, this hangar used to be where our arsenal was. Well, on the other maps at least. Right now, it's empty. It's a leftover, pretty much. That's where our mission guy was. Yeah. Then over here there were the arsenals. And briefly this was our spectate monitor. The second hangar. This hangar is quite important in the sense that from this hangar you will take the objective vehicles or the objective AIs and deliver them, or deliver them here if that's what the mission requests of you. So let's say you get the main mission with the truck where you need to bring it back to base. This is where you park it. And this last hangar, as you see, it's the hangar where you spawned in initially. It's the beginner zone. You will see it now from the outside. I have two things to show you next, which is first of all how to use the AI helicopters, but I will do it very briefly. You can get a full tutorial on YouTube from Drongos. So pretty much the way you do this is either use Ace self-interact, which by default is control Windows, or the default keybind is H, which I highly encourage you to change. I've changed it already, so here we are. You can see our 4 AI helos, and then you can either tell them to move, to loiter, CAS. It doesn't really matter since we don't have CAS. You can tell them to hover above the ground. I would not try insert load man. You can tell it to sling load some vehicles. It can sling load like vehicles, like ambulances and so on. I found it hit and miss at times. It tends to sling load the ambulance into the helo, destroying both. Egress is the way you tell it to RTB. Then engine off, pretty self-explanatory. You have the land button, which you use it to tell to land on a location, and then this is the altitude menu. This one is the radius. If you tell it to circle, this is how you control the radius. This is the altitude. You also have a few buttons up here where you can turn aircraft markers, SAM markers, radar and airport markers on the map. And then you will see those. Those are not really relevant for us. You can use them, but only relevant ones are gonna be air. Your map is split into grids. These grids serve two things. First of all, we need to capture them in order to stop the enemies from occupying them and spawning enemies, thus blocking our way to maneuver. And by unlocking them, turning them green, we unlock vehicle tiers, and we are thus allowed to buy better vehicles and statics and so on. The way you turn one of these grids into green from red is you need to have at least 2 players into the grid, and then you need no enemies to be inside the grid. Last thing that I need to show you is the boat shop, which is right here. Alright, so here I am over at the marked location. This is the boat shop. Before we used to have it in the blue zone, but because of this bridge here, which will destroy some of our bigger boats when passing under it, the shop is right here. I would not recommend going down those stairs, and by I would not recommend, I don't, okay, just don't. Over here we have another medical bay. This one there is no arsenal, and this guy over here is our boat guy, and then we can buy some pretty shitty boats on first tier, but still they are boats. And the actual last thing I have to show you is our gun facility, which is over here. Alright, so here I am. I see on my micro dagger the gun range is right here. On the live server you will have these two properly marked. And over here we have a full arsenal which you can use, and then a medical arsenal as well. Or not on this mission that I have loaded. Then as you see you have targets, and they're I think up to 800 meters away. And over here you have a kill house that you can use. Yeah, it's a small kill house. With some targets. Normally it's meant to be that you shoot them and then you can reset them via script, but that is not working at the moment. And this is all in regards to the Batco base that you need to know as a beginner. I hope to see you all in the next video, and see you on the server. Goodbye.